This is my 1999 Honda Nighthawk 750, and this is what I'll be using to take you guys on my adventure to work today, so not too exciting. Some of the things you can expect out of my channel are a lot of my opinion about motorcycles, getting into motorcycles, new riders can get a lot of information and what it's like to ride motorcycles. I'd like to stand out as a moto vlogger by every week having a topical episode. So rather than just randomly waving at dogs and barking at cars and whatnot, I'll try to keep it to a single topic and also have some fun while I'm at it. Today I'm taking the long way to work, 3 minutes slower. What I'll be talking about mostly today is if you have not ever ridden a motorcycle or are interested in riding a motorcycle, what it's like and how you can get into it. I just got the Sena Prism a couple days ago, so trying that out. So far it's worked really well with I have the Sena SMH10. If you have never ridden a motorcycle before or are interested in riding, let's go over some of the positives of riding a motorcycle. It's fun. I can't even describe how fun it is. When I go to work, if I have to take a car, I get in my car and then I have to drive that car to end up where I want to go. And it's kind of a chore. But when I get to go to work on a motorcycle, I get to ride my motorcycle to work. I get to have fun, and then I end up where I want to be. It is kind of windy outside, so I hope it's not destroying the audio here. Welcome to 40-degree weather in Minnesota. Hope I can feel my fingers by the end of this, and my legs. The difference between riding a motorcycle and driving a car would be the feeling of being on two wheels rather than four wheels. Hi, dog. The feeling of it tilting rather than just turning, leaning when you ride. Just feeling the wind and the freedom of being not trapped in a car. Probably my favorite part of being on a motorcycle is the community that comes with it. The second that you sit on one of these, everybody else who has a motorcycle is suddenly your best friend. I have met people through motorcycling that I could never imagine myself even confronting or talking to, except the fact that they have a motorcycle. And once I started talking to them, we became friends, we find other common interests. I've made a couple of really good friends through motorcycling that there's no way that I could have made friends with them any other way. Another benefit of riding motorcycles would be that it keeps you much more attentive than probably before you were to ever ride one. You always have to be on your toes. I am so much more aware of my surroundings. I know what's going on around me. In traffic, I'm always looking 4, 5, 6 cars ahead, watching brake lights as far ahead of me as I can. My positioning of where I am in a lane, that's all stuff that I never would have done in a car. Usually, before I ever started riding, when I got in a car, I would just end up where I wanted to be and be like, oh yeah, I was just driving there. Forgot to pay attention. I just kind of would zone out. But now, even when I get in a car, I pay more attention than before I rode a motorcycle. But that comes with one of the cons of riding motorcycles, is obviously they're more dangerous and there's more risk involved. But that risk is what should keep you more attentive and do the best you can to avoid, accidents and problems. Something that surprises a lot of people who haven't looked into motorcycles too much is the cost of getting into it is so much cheaper than you would expect. I'm not going to give any prices on what you can find exactly, but if you were to go look on Craigslist and just look up motorcycles, look from like 1990 to 2000 and set the CC range from like 250 to 650. and just look at some of the prices of motorcycles. You'd probably be pretty surprised at what you'll find. I would definitely recommend getting a used motorcycle for your first one, because there's a good chance you might drop it, tip it over when you're learning how to ride, and you just don't need that investment on something that early, because the value stays up over time and it doesn't diminish as fast as the car does. So you can buy a used motorcycle, ride it for a year, and then sell it for pretty dang close to what you bought it for, which is what I did. I had a 1984 Honda Shadow for my first motorcycle, and I rode it for a year, and I was just really sick of it, but it was an amazing learning bike for me, so I sold it for almost exactly what I bought it for.
There aren't a lot of bikes out today. It's pretty cold.
Welcome to my work. A little fast there. Actually, before I go to work, who wants to go go-karting? Perks of working at a go-kart track is I get to race every day.
That was bad.